Chinese hot and sour soup, it's known for its bold flavours. Of course, you've got the spiciness coming from the chillies and white pepper. And then you've got lots of tang and sourness happening because of the use of lots of vinegar. It's such a contrasting soup, but it's kind of addictive because of that. Now, there are many different versions of doing this and many different versions that have it a little bit hotter, a little bit more tangy. So it's completely up to you. And that's why I love cooking it at home, because you can change it up. Now, I'm going to start by frying off my chilli. Now I'm using some dried chilies. This is just some peanut oil, and I'm going to add the whole chilies and then take them out later. So we just want the chilies to perfume the oil, perfume the soup. Once I taste it, I'll see how hot it is, and then I can take them out later on. So we'll just put them in the oil, just allowing them to fry slightly. While that's happening, we can prepare our mushrooms. I've got a variety of Asian style mushrooms here, some fresh shiitake. I'm just going to thinly slice. You could use dried shiitakes for this, just rehydrate them in some water. You could use some woody mushrooms. This is what bulks out this soup quite nicely. You don't need to peel these mushrooms at all. They've got quite an intense woody flavour, stronger than your average button mushroom, but they're fantastic for a soup like this, which is very much about intense flavours. All right, last few mushrooms. It looks like quite a lot, but it does cook down in the soup. Okay. I've also got some Enoki mushrooms. I love these when they cook down. They get kind of squeaky and chewy. They're fantastic. So I'm going to use about half of these. And I'm actually going to leave them whole. I just want to break up the clusters slightly. Oh, they smell fantastic. All right. Tofu is a must for this. I've cut them into batons. You can cut them into any size you like. This is not silken tofu. This is firm tofu. And you want firm tofu for a soup like this, so it holds its shape as it cooks and bubbles away. And some cabbage. So I've got some Chinese cabbage. I'm just going to roughly chop this. You want about a quarter. That should be enough. Okay, let's have a look at these chilies. All right, these are looking good. Now we're going to add our stock. I'm using chicken stock, but you could keep this 100% vegetarian and use vegetable stock. Okay, give that a stir. And once that starts to bubble away, we can add all our ingredients. Bamboo shoots, I love the texture of them. They can go in, along with all of our beautiful mushrooms. We'll add them. We want them to perfume the soup. And don't forget the tofu. Usually this is served as an entree, but I find it so filling. I serve it as a main. All right, in with our cabbage. And we just want to push everything down into all of that stock and let all of those flavours mingle away. Now, this is quite a speedy soup. You don't need to cook this for a really long time. Lid goes on. And while that's cooking away, let's get onto the sauce that goes into the soup. So white pepper is quite a dominant flavour in this too, along with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'll grab a spoon to just roughly measure this out. So light soy. And we want half of that of dark soy, so 1 tablespoon of dark soy. And we can always adjust this at the end. We'll taste it, see if it needs some correction. It might need some more seasoning. So dark soy for the colour, because this soup is usually golden in colour. And a good hit of sesame oil. So a good splash in there. Give that a bit of a mix. And I'm going to add that in about 5 minutes. Don't forget there's vinegar in this, and I like to use 2 vinegars, some white vinegar and also some black vinegar. The black vinegar gives this a depth of flavour like no other vinegar. So if you can get your hands on it, do. And you can find that at all good Chinese grocers. Some eggs, so we'll need 2 eggs. Just going to crack them and I'll give them a bit of a whisk. Just add a tiny splash of water to loosen up the eggs. Break that up and give that a whisk. Right, the eggs are ready to go. So we'll just wait for that soup to cook down for a further 5 minutes, then we can start adding all these ingredients. All right, smells good in here. Let's have a look. It's bubbling away. We can turn that down. I'm going to remove the chilies. They've done their job. Pop that to one side. Okay, our peppery, salty sauce can go in. with that sesame oil. We'll give that a stir. In with the vinegars, so a good splash of white vinegar. Yes, it is a lot of vinegar, but you need it to contrast the flavours. And that all-important black vinegar, good splash of that. It also gives it that golden colour. Fantastic. Now, one of the signature traits of this soup is the thickness of it. So we're going to thicken it up with some cornflour. So cornflour with some water. Give that a bit of a stir. All right, that's looking good. And we always want to add this cornflour slurry when it's boiling. We're just going to stir that, add half, keep stirring, and then add the rest. But you want to watch this soup. You want to see the consistency of it. We just want a thick style soup. So see how much that's thickened already? Look at that, that looks fantastic. A little more. And I might just stop that there because it's also going to thicken up when I add the egg. And we're going to see lots of cute little strands of egg. That should do it. I need to season it also with some sugar. So just some caster sugar go in. That's going to dissolve quite quickly. And then this is my favourite part, stirring in the whisked egg. So drizzle that in slowly and you'll see as it cooks it separates, again thickening it up, and you've got those lovely strands of egg. Such a comforting soup. Keep stirring. And that is pretty much cooked. I'm going to turn it off. The residual heat will continue cooking that egg. The all-important taste, just to make sure the seasoning is correct. Oh, it's good. You know it's good when the side of your tongue gets a little bit zingy. It's just right. All those bold flavours are showing up right at the end there. All right, let's plate this up. I'll get a ladle. And all of these ingredients, bring them up to the surface. I'm going to show them off. Now I've kept mine very simple with mushrooms and tofu, but there's no reason why you can't add some pork to this. You could even add some beef. It's completely up to you. Look at that. And it is a generous bowl. I did tell you, this is no entree style. This is quite generous and hearty on a cold winter's day. This is absolutely perfect. And some spring onions just to finish it off. Finely chop them. Do it, and we'll sprinkle them over the top. There we go. This is your opportunity to add some extra heat, some more chili oil, and that would be fantastic. I'm going to have another taste. It's one of those soups that's addictive. You just can't stop. And at one taste, that whole bowl will be gone in minutes because it is that good. Love this. If you haven't tried hot and sour soup, then give it a go at home. Yes, you probably tried it at a Chinese restaurant, but try it at home. Make it exactly the way you like it.